Sadie Cohen, Bounty Hunter, Part 4. Last Dance with Tilly Caine by Fink. Previously, in Sadie Cohen, Bounty Hunter, Part 3, Clemency and Other Acts of Faith. After a long night of whiskey and candlelight, Sadie and Clem wake up to something quieter and braver than lust, honesty. Over cholent hash and coffee, Clem discovers the details Sadie keeps half hidden. The mezuzah by the door, the hamsa by the curtain, the word schmaltz on the lard can, and instead of walking away, he leans in. He shares the story of how he was raised up by a Jewish family in the tenements, Rabbi Blumenfeld and Miss Hannah, and how kindness, cookies, and a job as a Shabbos goy changed the course of his life. When the newspaper thumps with a new bounty, it's not just trouble knocking, it's Sadie's past, wearing turquoise earrings and a preacher's coat. Content advisory: Saloon mischief, flirtation, bounty hunter business, and one very risky poker game. Emotional tension, past relationships, implied intimacy, and moral choices. A new poster came through the wire to the newspaper office. Wanted: Tilly Caine, robbery, fraud, and pistol whipping a judge in the Arizona territories. Last seen heading north toward Badass. $200 reward, dead or alive. I sighed. Tilly, damn it all. Tilly and I go way back. Old flames, old trouble, the kind of woman who laughs like a river and stings like a rattler. She's also the only person alive who's ever bested me in a poker game and stolen my horse. Twice. I walked back up the stairs to my apartment and placed the poster on the kitchen table. Clem scanned the poster. Gonna take it? Of course I am, I said. She owes me a horse. Need company? I looked at him. Could you ride, not talk the whole way? He grinned. Depends. Can you handle being out charismaed by a man in an embroidered vest? You think you're hot stuff, don't you? We headed into Goldie's Tavern. Clem went to the bar and I went sniffing out gossip. The word was that Tilly had rolled into town that morning, bold as brass, wearing turquoise earrings and a preacher's coat, bought herself a drink, kissed the mayor's wife full on the mouth, and headed over to the gaming tables like she owned the joint. That night, I found her seated at a green felt table with a stack of winnings, grinning like a cat and cream. Hello, Sadie, she purred. Or is it text deadly these days? You still go by Tilly, or is it Ms. Pistol Whip now? Laughter all around the table. Sit down, she said, motioning to the empty seat beside her. Let's play for old time's sake. I should have walked away. Instead, I sat. One hand became three, the pot got fat. Clem wandered over mid-hand, pulled up a stool, and started sipping my whiskey like it was his birthright. Tilly raised, I called. Clem leaned in and whispered, She's bluffing. Her left ear twitches. Her left ear always twitches. Well, then maybe you're the one bluffing. I slapped my cards down, full house. Tilly scowled. You're still the most aggravating woman I've ever kissed, she muttered. I get that a lot. She stood, left her winnings, and turned to me. Come walk with me, Tex. We need to talk. I followed. Clem stayed behind, which I appreciated. I don't think he would have liked what Tilly had to say. Out behind Goldie's, Tilly lit a cheroot and blew smoke into the dark. I know you're here to collect me, and I'll go, she said. But I want one night. One night to dance, drink, and raise a little hell before I'm locked up. You owe me that. I looked at her. Same wild hair, same quick smile, and behind it all, that same unspoken sadness that used to call to mind like a wolf across the canyon. One night, I said. Then you come with me, peaceful. Deal. We shook on it. She kissed me, quick, fierce, unapologetic, like she had nothing left to lose, and for just that moment, I let myself kiss her back. After Tilly kissed me, I didn't follow her right away. I needed air, and to keep my heart from thundering out of my chest. I have a weakness for rogues, and I'm worried that one day it will end up costing me much more than a horse. When I walked back into Goldie's, Clem was at the table chatting with a pair of prospectors, casually scooping up a modest pot of coins and smiling like he just invented whiskey. You all right? He asked when I slid onto the stool beside him. I'm all right, I said. She wants one more night of freedom before I bring her in. And you agreed. I nodded. It's a small kindness. He studied me. You got history with her. I got history with a lot of people. He raised his glass in a quiet toast. Well, here's to your dangerous, kiss-stealing, poker-cheating past. I clinked my glass against his. The whiskey burned warm on the way down, but not enough to chase off the twist in my chest. You okay with this? I asked, eyes on the table tracing a ring left by someone else's drink. You mean you and her, he said, or you handing her over come morning? Both, maybe? He didn't answer right away. Just leaned back, letting the tavern noise swell around us. Laughter, piano chords, the uneven clack of boots and spurs on the floorboards. I think, he said slowly, there are people you don't stop caring about, even if they pistol whip a judge and steal your horse. I smiled faintly, twice. He chuckled, but there was a tiredness behind it. I'm not trying to pin you down, Sadie. Hell, I wouldn't even know how. But I would like to know where I stand. I turned to look at him, really look. The soft worry at the corner of his mouth, the ache he wasn't naming. You stand beside me, I said. That's all I know how to ask for right now. He nodded, a little slower than before. All right, then. Beside you, I'll be. Later that night, Tilly danced like a woman who'd never known regret, spun in the arms of strangers, tossed back drakes, flirted with the mayor and his wife, both. I watched from the sidelines. Clem leaned over and whispered, she's trying real hard to look like she's having fun. She's always tried real hard. He squeezed my hand once beneath the table. The music turned rowdy and Tilly grabbed tambourine from the bandstand like she'd been born holding it. She shook it above her head and let out a whoop that lit up the whole room. Someone handed her a bottle and she drank from it like salvation was at the bottom. She's still got real fast hands this side the Mississippi, I murmured. Fast hands, fast tongue, Clem said, then added under his breath, fast heart too, I'd wager. There was something brittle behind Tilly's glitter. She danced like a dare. She laughed like it cost her something. A slow song came up, something with a fiddle so sweet it felt like longing, and Tilly slowed. Her smile faltered. She swayed in place, blinking too long, too slow. Then she turned and walked toward me. After the last dance, Tilly staggered over. You're still here, she said. I gave you one night. It's almost over. I'm not going to run if that's what you think. She leaned in, but I'd like to say goodbye to you properly. We stepped outside. The moon was high and butter yellow, casting silver across the dirt and old floorboards. The wind had died down and the quiet felt heavy, like it had something to say if only we'd let it. They look different out here, she said finally. What do? The stars, out west. Like they're brighter, they sparkle. I didn't reply. I'd said too much already that night. She turned to me, eyes catching moonlight. Do you ever think about what we could have been? All the time, I said. She stepped closer. You remember the train job in Las Cruces? I huffed a laugh. You had grown out that outlandish mustache. I looked good in it. You look like a drunk raccoon. She grinned. You kissed me anyway. I did a lot of foolish things for you, and I made damn sure you enjoyed most of them. Then she touched my cheek, thumb brushing slow like she was trying to smooth out the years between us. You were the first person who ever saw me as I am, she said. Not what I was born to be, not what I passed as, just me. My throat tightened. And you were the first person who didn't flinch when I reached for them, I said. Her breath caught. Then she kissed me again, slower this time. Sadder. When she pulled back, she looked almost afraid. Before, she was Tilly Caine, but she was Tilly Caine, and fear never won the final hand with her. She stepped back and held her wrists out. No cuffs tonight, I said. You gave me your word. She nodded once. Thank you, Sadie. We didn't sleep, none of us. By the time the sky started blushing pale behind the hills, I was downstairs in the stables checking the saddlebags. Clem was already there, tightening the cinch on his bay with practiced ease. Coffee? He asked, handing me a battered tin mug. God, yes. I took a sip and nearly spit it out. Did you grind this with a horseshoe? He smirked. Did my best. Tilly appeared not long after, dressed for the trail but still wearing that ragged preacher's coat, now patched to the shoulder with a brooch shaped like a turtle. She carried her satchel slung across her back and had a new cut on her lip, probably from the bar's farewell kiss. Y'all ready to escort me to my fate? She asked, bright as dawn and twice as false. We're ready, I said. You sure you're not going to try and rabbit? She raised an eyebrow. You really think I'd run from you, Tex? Clem mounted up without a word, his silhouette dark against the growing light. He was giving us space again. Tilly stepped close to me one last time. Her fingers brushed mine, barely there, like a whisper. You don't have to be so gentle with me, she said, voice low. It's not like I didn't earn the trouble I'm in. You still deserve dignity, I said. Even outlaws do. She smiled, that crooked little thing she always did when she was trying not to cry. Guess I picked the right bounty hunter to bring me in then. We mounted up, the leather creaking beneath us, hooves shifting in the straw. The town was just waking, smoke curling from chimneys, shutters opening, someone sweeping the steps of Goldie's like the night before hadn't happened. I rode in front, Tilly behind me, Clem riding drag. None of us spoke as we left Badass behind, but the silence was full of things we hadn't said. And as the road stretched out before us, I kept thinking, what did we do with all the people we used to be? Coming soon in Part 5, Sabotage at Thorn Bottom Ravine. Out on the trail, nothing stays quiet for long. A sabotage rail line stalls the Sweetwater Express and kicks up more dust than expected. Sadie finds herself caught between a stalled train, a company with blood on its balance sheets, and the question she's been trying not to ask. Why did Tilly Caine really pistol whip a judge? And who paid the price before the gavel fell? Secrets ride fast, trouble rides faster, and sometimes justice wears a crooked smile. Thanks for riding along with Sadie Cohen Bounty Hunter. Your support truly makes all the difference. If you enjoyed this installment, tap the heart button, leave a comment. Sadie loves gossip. Or you can even buy us a coffee if you're feeling generous. Don't miss Sadie's next adventure. Be sure to subscribe to Gloryous Magazine. Stay connected with us and all the magic brewing at Coffee Bunny Crafters Cafe. And you can find me on Blue Sky, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and TikTok. Till next time, bye-bye.